Hello friends, and once again welcome to bisptrainings.com. My name is Amit, and today again I have an interesting scenario to discuss. So I was doing retirement planning for one of my customer, and I was going through this systematic withdrawal plan. So I thought of creating the same scenario into Oracle planning. Let me show you the requirement clearly. There's a site called FinLive. There you can actually it's SWP just an opposite of SIP, right? For example, I've got 60 lakh rupees. I put 60 lakh rupees. How many years I like to hold this money? Let's say I got 60 lakh rupees as part of my retirement, and I like to create a stream of my monthly earning, right? So how much money I can withdraw from this and how long my money is going to last with me. So 60 lakh rupees I have got and I'm withdrawing 40,000 rupees per month, right? And the money for next 20 years or 10 years, whatever you want, you can put it over here. I assume I'm withdrawing this for 10 years. So I'm retiring at 60 and I'm going to withdraw this money for next 10 to 15 years. And my money is going to grow by 12% annually. I've taken a simple scenario of 12% year over year. My money is going to grow. 60 lakh rupees grow will 10%. And I'll withdraw 40,000 rupees. This is one simple case. Okay. I did not put a inflation tax rate for the sake of simplicity to make my first scenario simple. Okay. In our next example, I'll take a consideration of tax and I'll increase my withdrawal by inflation rate. Like in India, it is 6-7%. So for the sake of simplicity, I keep 60 lakh rupees, 40,000 rupees withdraw every month, and the growth rate is 12% for next 15 years. Let's click on calculate. This is going to calculate. So if I withdraw, 40,000 become 39,999. It's fine. It is growing by 12%. This is my first month withdrawal. How long money is going to last? Right? You can look at tabular view or look at the chart. So my this chart says my money is continue to grow, right, year over year, and my withdrawal is fixed 40,000. You can look at over here chart view as well. I start investing from May 26. Current month is 26 May 26. 21st May 2026, right? So I start my opening balance 60 lakh rupees. My money is growing by 12%. 12% of 60 lakh rupees, and then I withdraw 40,000 rupees, 39,399. This is my closing balance, isn't it? So I prepare an Excel scenario for the same, and subsequently we create an Oracle planning case, right? So this is my assumption. My first assumption is I'm going to invest 60 lakh rupees, right? And year over year, my money is going to grow by 12%, isn't it? And I'm going to withdraw 40,000 per month, which multiply by 12, it's 4 lakh 80,000 rupees, isn't it? This is my opening balance. I put an Excel formula over here. So opening balance multiply by 12%, my money will grow by 7 lakh 20,000 first year, right? By the end of first year. Out of this, if I withdraw for 4 lakh 80,000 rupees, 40,000 per month, multiply by 12 month, I would left with how much money I have? 6 lakh plus it is grown by 7 lakh, 60 lakh, it is grown by 7 lakh 20,000 rupees. Before withdrawal, this is my money. Then I withdraw 4 lakh 80,000 rupees. This is my after withdrawal. So this is very simple mathematics I use. Opening inventory grown by 12%. Then after growth, this is the money I would have, but I'm withdrawing 4 lakh 80,000 per month per year. And I would left with my outstanding corpus at the end of the year would be 6 lakh 62 lakh 40,000 rupees. It is, isn't it? So money is continued last for next 15 years and it is continued to grow. So this is an Excel scenario. Now I'm going to create an Oracle planning for the same. In order to do this, I created a very simple scenario for the sake of learning for the beginners who are starting Oracle planning, writing business rule. I can write this same rule in a more fancy way, but for the sake of simplicity, I made it formula same as written in Excel. So I created a member called SWP and then I created all the member. Initial investment, my opening inventory, opening balance, growth rate, before withdrawal, after withdrawal, monthly withdrawal, annual withdrawal, outstanding corpus, right? All the members which I shown you in Excel sheet or what you see over here in my requirement sheet, the same I created over here. Okay. Now, how do I write the rule? Since I already have a calculation written in Excel, then my life is very easy. right? I've written rule over here. So what I'm calculating over here, let me mark with. My opening balance is getting calculated for excluding first month. So I mark first year, I mark with gray color. For first year, we are not calculating opening balance, which is coming from an initial investment, isn't it? This is going to be calculated. This is going to be calculated. This is going to be fixed every year. So I put one time. It's one time input and it will remain the same. And my outstanding corpus would be at the end of the year, right? So keeping the same formula written a business rule. Look at this. Pay attention to this part. Okay. First, I'm calculating growth amount. This is growth amount. What is that? Opening balance multiplied by increase by 12%, isn't it? Opening balance increase by 12%. The simple formula, what I've written in Excel, the same I've written in business rule. Opening inventory multiply by 12%. This is my growth amount. You get this, right? After this, before withdrawal, how much money? Your opening inventory, isn't it? Plus growth. Obviously, how much money you have in the beginning of the year plus how much money is grown by end of the year before withdrawal. So opening inventory plus growth amount. Then outstanding corpus. So how much money I'm withdrawing? 4 lakh 80,000. This is my assumption in this case. Okay. So 4 lakh 80,000 in monthly withdrawal multiplied by 12, right? So I used over here monthly withdrawal multiplied by 12, right? You could also use a monthly withdrawal as well, month over month. Since in this case, I would like to see annually. So before withdrawal multiply by before withdrawal, okay, minus monthly withdrawal multiplied by 12 for an entire year. So it is assumed we are withdrawing at the end of the year. This is my outstanding corpus, right? But here, my second year opening balance is same as my previous year closing balance or my outstanding corpus. My second year opening balance is same as my previous year closing balance. It means my calculation would be different for first year and my calculation would be different for second year. The only difference over here is that my opening balance will take the outstanding corpus of previous year. Okay. And therefore, this calculation consists of two parts. If it is first year, right, I can hard code. Actually, I hard coded over here. Okay. I hard coded over here. Let me put the original code from my Excel sheet. So this is my original code from my Excel sheet. I take it from here. Here I hard coded FY21. Well, you can use first month. And to make this program simple, I hard coded this. So for FY21, which is the first year in my case, I could have taken first year from my planning application. That is also possible by using function. Okay, we have, if you have watched my previous Groovy example, there I used how to retrieve first year by using Groovy function. That is possible. Here I hard coded this. If it is FY21, which is my first year, right? My opening inventory, if it is not first year, okay, if it is first year, my opening inventory, it is already given. It is user input. But if it is not first year for FY22, this condition is true. It is not first year, right? Is member function return true and false? So I've used not means negate. If it is not first year, my opening inventory takes the previous year closing or outstanding corpus. So what we are using prior function over here. I taught you prior function multiple times, but I show you once again. The prior function, what it does, this is a formula, right? So prior function first takes three arguments. First is member name, what I'm calculating based on closing inventory or outstanding corpus by the end of first year. How many years I'm going forward or backward? I could even use plus and minus. If you use minus, become next. So I'm going by 1 year before or 1 year after. FY24, 22 is going to take a FY21, 1 year prior. So I use 1 over here, positive 1. And in the context of what? In the context of year, it could have been in the context of month. So I use all year 0. All year 0, how do I use? I use relative 0 function. The system is going to read all the member FY22, 23, 24 up to end of the year. In my application, the last year is FY26, right? So application is going to calculate for FY26. I show you over here year dimension. Up to 26 it is going to calculate. If I have more year, it probably calculate for future period as well, isn't it? So it's going to calculate for 6 year. Correct. So now let's run this code and see it is working as expected or not. So prior function is the key function in this example, which is taking prior year prior year closing balance to outstanding corpus. Okay. Now let's see how to do this. So what I'm going to do it, I put this case into two pieces, right? So administrator is going to set up the assumption and business user going to invoke it. Or other way around is also possible. And business user, you have power user going to set up the assumption one time and you invoke it multiple times. So I'm going to put the same number what I have in requirement sheet so that I can compare the number, right? So my initial investment is 60,000. Let 60 lakh. Let me make it 70 lakh. Does it still work for it? This my Excel sheet is driver based Excel sheet. So the moment I make 60 to 70, all calculation change on the fly, isn't it? So the same thing I'm going to do it in my assumption. I change 60 lakh to 70 lakh, right? Initial investment required to be input only one assumption. I need not put other year. So probably for assumption, I would remove, I keep only FY21 and I remove rest of the year. It's not required. Okay. For first year, I put this is my initial investment. I need not put this value. I'll mark it 0. I remove it. Okay. My assumption in this, my story, my year over year, my corporate is going to grow by 12%. Therefore, in assumption, I put 12% over here. And a monthly withdrawal is 40,000, isn't it? Exactly same case. Monthly withdrawal corpus, this is my monthly withdrawal, which is also an assumption. Okay. So I define all the assumptions over here, which is one time. Okay. I could put this assumption one time across a whole year, or I could change by year. I've given an option over here, year over year, my withdrawal rate may be changed. It may change, right? Or you define withdrawal rate in the beginning of the year and it will continue to be same. Both options are available. In this case, I kept withdrawal year same across year over year. My growth rate, my growth rate and monthly withdrawal, both of them are same. My growth rate and monthly withdrawal, okay, kept it same. So this I give one time. Once I input this value, let me submit this data. I'll submit this number, right? Okay. Next, I am going to calculate based on my input, my before withdrawal, my outstanding corpus, and my growth year over year, how it's going to grow. And my opening inventory is going to change year over year, correct? And I plot a chart over here so that it is easy to understand. So I'll put clear all data, clear all data. I put hash missing. I'm going to calculate everything. Control C, everything. I clear all. This also clear. Only initial. I need inventory opening balance. That's it. I submit this data and then I'm running business rule. Correct. So the business rule is given. You can run it directly from here. You can associate with data form. You can invoke this with action menu. It's up to you. I already validated this. So syntax wise, fairly simple, right? Very simple. I deployed and I'm going to run it through. Let me run it. And I will check my final corpus at the end of 6th year. You can validate all numbers, although, right? Business rule launched successfully. Technically, everything is good, right? Let's check our assumptions and final output. Assumption and final output. Okay. Mistakenly, I put assumption over 60 lakh rupees. I supposed to put 70 lakh. Yeah. So once again, I run it. Not 60, I put 70. Submit 70 lakh. This I put hash missing. This is to be calculated. I want to rerun this. Same as our requirement sheet. Submit this data. Once again, I clear all data over here. Hash missing. Growth, this is all going to calculate. The only thing I need over here, I already input over here. I need 70K. 70. I need not put it again. Maybe I can hide this as well. This is all to be calculated. Submit. Correct. So in assumption, I can actually ignore this start from FY22. It is other way around. Rerun the rule and test the output. Run the rule and test the output. First, we look at technically numbers getting calculated. Yes, it does. So business rule runs successfully. The calculation I receive. Okay. So my first year, you can validate one by one. This is by end of first year, my business will grow by my input, my corporate will go by 8,40,000. Is that same? Yes, it is growing by 8,40,000. By the end of first year, what is my corpus? 73,60,000. Let me validate one number. 76,000 by the end of first year. End of first year, which is your closing balance. Outstanding corporate by the end of first year. This is the outstanding corporate by the end of first year, 7,60,000. It is same. Now I'll check what is the final corpus at the end of sixth year. This is the output, right? 99,21,000. Is that correct? Am I getting same output? Is that not same? How come? Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sixth year. Supposed to be exactly same. Do I have corpus? Outstanding corpus. Fifth year. First year it is correct. Second year we validate. Second year. Oh, outstanding corpus. Yes, it is correct. It is actually I overlooked it. There's a right output. I overlooked. This is causing confusion. I'm going to hide it. I don't need it. I am going to pay attention to my outstanding corpus at the end of the year, which is 99,21,000. Same as my expected output. Correct. So this is one tiny case, the real use of prior function, and one simple scenario of investment banking, how you can apply the same case. In this case, I use only for annual. In the next example, I am going to teach you how to rewrite the same function monthly, right? There are two more cases lined up for this. So in the next example, probably I'll show you how to calculate monthly. Likewise, we have over here in this requirement. I'll also show you what if you consider inflation rate, isn't it? The value year over year is going to change. Inflation rate. So current year you withdraw 40,000. Next year you withdraw 40,000 plus 6%. Next year you're going to withdraw 40,000 plus 6%. Like in the end of this year, next year you're going to withdraw 42,398. If it is first year is 39,099. So I also accommodate over here inflation rate. So unlike in previous example, if I do not add inflation, right? Inflation rate, my withdrawal is constant and my value is continue growing. But this is not real case scenario, right? The value of money also decline. So I assume the value of money declined by or inflation 86%. So over the period of time at the end of maybe which year, 11th year, 10th year, my withdrawal and my growth would be same, right? And for subsequent year, I would have my withdrawal is more than my growth. If this continue to happen, maybe next 20 years, my money would be exhausted. Is that correct? Somewhere around 20 year or 20 year at last, maybe 25 year, 25 year. My money is going to be, exhausted for sure. Or it is going to last for 25. Anyway, perfect is fine. I did not consider inflation rate. That is the reason. Had I considered inflation, it would have exhausted for sure. It is, right? So what happened? This continue to happen, maybe which 14 years later, my corpus will go negative, isn't it? So when you're doing retirement planning, this is good use case. And the same scenario I built in Oracle planning. So this code and this code I put in my comment, you guys can copy paste and read in the same example. Two more videos lined up for the same. In one case, I'll talk about inflation rate, and probably I'll recalculate the same thing for month over month rather than year over year. That's it for today. Should you have any question, please feel free to reach out to bispsolutions.com. Thank you.